Okay, there we go, streaming code, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the name of the show, you dig, is That's How It Go. No, be persistent. Be persistent. Be persistent. You see it right there on the screen, be persistent. And what I mean by be persistent is, in whatever you do, anything you're going after, anything you want, a woman, a job, money, whatever you want, you have to be persistent in order to get it. You can't give up easy. A person that gives up easy doesn't win. And you definitely don't be a successful person. You know, you have to be a winner. You have to be a person that's aggressive. You have to be a go-getter. You know what I mean? You have to stay down and don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Stay persistently, you understand? Persistence and be consistent. Consistent, it goes on with persistent. You know what I mean? You gotta be consistently at something and be persistent in it. You understand? To win it. If you want to win it, you gotta be persistent with it. And that's basically what has to do, you know what I mean? You have to have consistency to get the victory. You know what I mean? They all kind of correlate, they all kind of go with one another, you dig? When it comes to that winning note. I remember when I was young, you understand me, getting that broad, you know what I mean? That was my main thing, was being consistent, getting at women, persistently talking to women, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And whereas I'd go up and down the street, I'd still be talking, you know, be persistent at talking and getting at women, you know what I mean? Make that a consistent thing to do, is to be on it, that, you know, in that type of way, you know what I'm saying? And to be victorious, you know what I'm saying? And then from that step, to build that confidence, you understand, with no fear of getting in their ear, you know what I'm saying? Then from there, you dig, you take it to another extent, you dig. But persistency is the one that's going to get you to victory. You have to be persistent, you know what I'm saying? What you do when it comes to achieving something. Like when I was running 10 miles a day, I had to start off, you know, a few miles, and then before you do it, I was running 10 miles a day consistently, you know what I mean, in a victorious manner, you dig. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have to do. You have to ingrain that into your repetitiously habit-forming behavior, you know. You have to put that into consistent habit-forming behavior. When you put it in habit-forming behavior, and then victoriously you're on a winning note. You understand? You're on a winning note. You know what I mean? You winning. You dig? You're on that page. You dig? Where you're a champion. You know, you're a champion. You dig? You know what I'm saying? And then you develop that habit, man. And anything you do and whatever you do, you're persistent, consistent, and you do it repetitiously. You know what I'm talking about? And that's how you live your life. You know what I'm saying? You that type of person. You know, you know what I mean? Like when you calling someone or you say you're gonna meet someone, you be there. You be on time at the spot you're gonna be. You show up on time for, you know, what time, about time. You know, you always, you know, you be consistent. You know, persistent. You know, you be consistent with persistence. You dig? You know what I'm saying? And when you be consistent, it's consistency and persistence are very similar. They're very similar attributes, in other words. They're very similar, you know what I'm saying? You know, but what you want to ingrain in yourself is that winning recipe, you know, which persistence is one of the ingredients in being a winner, you know. That's one of the things. It's like I'm persistent in my dressing, you know, and the way I look, the way I do this with persistence, you know, I'm mashing on it at all times. I'm mashing in that direction, you understand me, in that way. You know, I'm doing it consistently, you dig? I'm mashing in that way, you understand? And you know, you got to you know, be on that note, you understand me? You got to realize that's gonna get you the victory. You know, tell me it's gonna take you to the top. You know, whatever you do, whatever you're trying to do, you be yourself and you be your best self. You know, and you win in that way. You win in a victorious manner. You win in a victorious manner. You dig? You win in a victorious manner. You dig? Yeah, you have to know how to win in that manner. That's going to take you to the top. That's going to make you a champion. You know, if you take it to the top victoriously, you understand me? You know, you be persistent with what you're going after. Being a winner, you understand me? And being one that, you know, you fighting to get to the top. You know, you fighting to get to the top. You know, you did, but you're not racing against other people. You're not racing. You're racing against yourself. You're trying to be better than your yesterday's self. Today, yes, that's the only one you want to compete with is yourself. To make yourself better and better. You understand? You don't worry about what the other people are doing, where they're going, or what they're doing. You don't worry about them. You know, you don't race with the race to beat them. You know, you don't race to beat other people. You know, you're being your best self and you're living your best life. And that's how you try to live, you know what I mean? Persistently. You try to get to victory, you know what I mean, on your own terms. Make sure it's your terms. You're racing against yourself. You dig? And if you're racing against yourself, then you don't worry about nobody else, you understand? You know, and those that are with you, your woman, your family, you take them with you. They're going right along with you. You know? And then you take your woman right there with you. You understand? She's going right there to the top with you. You understand me? It's a victorious thing. You're taking them right to victory. You understand? You take them right to victory. You know? If they make it to victory, then they understand me. It ain't gonna be no problem. You dig? It's never a problem. You understand me? Say when you're trying to get to the top and you're doing the best you can. You know what I mean? To be the best man you can be. You dig? As long as you know how to do that, you dig? You can't lose. You can't do nothing but win. You got the winning recipe. You understand me? And when you got the winning recipe, then you're going to make sure you get everything done victoriously. You dig? Winning recipe, you win by a victorious manner. You dig? Yes, you will. You got to be consistent in your behavior. You know what I mean? You have to have a winning recipe. You know? Just like people say, it takes you a long time to get dressed. Well, to me, it's just a part of my day. To me, it's just a part of my day, because I do this persistently, consistently, and victoriously. You dig? This is all part of my program. You dig? Dressing is my blessing. Dressing is my forte. So as long as dressing is, you know what I mean, I'm a fashion coordinator. You understand me? And you know, dressing is what I do, and it's part of me. Then I don't worry. You know what I'm saying? I don't trip. You know what I mean? I do not trip off of that. You know what I mean? I do not, because I know what it consists of. You know, I know what I have to do to get where I want to go. You know, I know what I have to do to get where I want to go, and to be who I want to be. I know what I have to do. You understand? You know, when I stay on the winning list, I stay on the winning. I stay on the winning note. You dig? Yeah, I'm going to stay on the winning note. No, I stay on the winning note. You understand me? Yeah. I don't have nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing at all to worry about. Just stay on the winning note. Stay on the winning note. You know, if I stay winning, then I'm going to be okay. You know? That's why persistence. Be persistent. You got to be persistent, you know what I mean? And how you do that is you ingratiate that habit. You ingratiate that habit, make it a habit-forming attitude. You know, being persistent, make that be ingrained into your behavior. If you ingrain that into your everyday behavior, everyday activities, And then it's automatic. It's an automatic reaction. You dig? It's an automatic reaction, you understand me? You don't have no problem in dealing with your behavior because it's an automatic reaction. You know, your behavior is second to nature. It's second nature. You dig? It's second nature. Ingraining that positive behavior. You know, that persistence, positive behavior. You ingrain that into your activity, your everyday activity. You dig? And then you can't lose when you use that. When you use the ingredients that you cannot lose with the ingredients that you use. You ingrain the ingredients that you cannot lose. You ingrain that behavior. And it takes you to a victorious manner. See? I only got 11 minutes and I'm taking it to the top. I'm taking it to the top. You dig? I'm taking it to the top. You dig? Because whatever you do, you got to continuously do it. See, I started off when I was in the game. I started off being persistent, going in and out of jail, things like that. I didn't want to be. That's a part of my behavior. I didn't want to adapt to. So I got out of that habit. I got out of that habit real fast. Because I know people that go to being out of jail so much. They go to jail so much for the littlest things that the police don't even don't even give them them kind of charges because they know that they gonna come back. They know they're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep doing what they're doing, and they just really in the way. You know, yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Because what they doing, they were doing it for so long. You know. And that's the thing, they've been doing something for so long. They've been so persistent in that behavior that they're doing that they let them slide because they know that that's them. That's the kind of person they are. They're that type of person, they act that way, and that becomes a part of their behavior, you know. And you don't want to have that part of your behavior. You don't want negativity, nothing negative. You don't want no negativity as being part of your behavior. You don't want that to be a part of your behavior. You don't want that. You want to rise to the top. You know what I mean. You want to be a giant. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You want to be a giant. You understand? Be a person that's victorious. You know what I mean. And a person that's up there. You know. And having the attitude and the persistency and you know and feel like that. Feel like feel good yourself. Don't measure yourself to no one else. You know somebody say. He got this, he got that. Okay, that's what you want. See, I'm looking at all the responsibility that you have with all that. You know, I don't want all that responsibility. You see what I'm saying? I know what shot me off before when I was drinking. Trying to have too much and trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know, trying to have all these cars and trying to, have things to shine and be brighter, to have more than the next man got. No. I don't look at that no more. I don't judge my success by the material things no more. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the happiness stick. I'm looking at the stick to happiness, not the stick to have material things. You know what I'm talking about? I'd rather be comfortable and happy than have a lot of money and be miserable because you're worried about your money, you're worried about this. You know, you're worrying about things and you're on the wrong note. You're on the wrong chart, you know what I'm saying? You're not on the right chart. You know what I'm saying? You're not on the right page. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your priorities straight. When you know where you at and you loving you and you being your best self and you don't care what other people think of you or measure or none of that, man, that's when you're on the hit list. They the ones with the problem. They hate and they jealous and they want to talk about you. And they got their self in together. You can look at them and you can see that they half stepping. You can look at a person and see they half stepping, and they ain't up to par. You can look at them and see. You know what I'm talking about? And then you can see a person that does what he does, and he do it so good. He do it so repetitiously and so persistently that you know that he's winning at it. You know he's winning. You know, and you can see it and look at it and you feel it. You know what I'm talking about? And that's how you want to be. You want to be that type of person. You know what I mean? That's on a winning note. You know what I mean? You want to be the person that's on a winning note, that's victorious. You know, when you victoriously, man, you know. When you victoriously, man, can't nobody take you down. You know what I'm talking about? Because you're on the hit list. You're on the hit list and you're on the championship. You're on the hit list and you're on the championship. You know, when you're on the hit list and you're on the championship, man, you don't be caught up like that, man. You know, you don't be caught up like that, man. No, you don't. You don't be caught up like that, man. You understand? You know, you be a winner, man. You be a winner, you handle your business, be consistently, man. Victoriously. Persistence. You know. You got to have that persistence. You got to have that ingredient. When you got those ingredients in your attitude, you know what I'm saying? And they part of your repertoire, as they say. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you got that up under your belt, man, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? That's a very, 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 very gracious thing, man. That's what you want. You want to have something like that up under your belt, you know what I'm saying? So you can stay on the winning note. You got to stay on the winning note so you can be victorious, you understand? We need to be a champion, you understand? And you have to be that way, you there. You know, don't worry about the next person, how they act or what they do. See, they got bad habits and they do things, and you know how they are. You know how they are, but they don't think you know. You see, they think how they living and how they what they doing. They think they fooling somebody. You know, but you know how they are and what they are. So but you don't let it bother you. You don't compete with them. You don't worry about them. You let them live their life, and you live yours. You know, and you don't brag. You be humble, and you be gracious, and you be happy, man. You know, you be a happy person. You know what I'm saying? That's what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? You have to be that happy person. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta know how to be that happy person. You got to know how to live that type of way. You know? And when you can do that, you're on your way. You understand? You're doing something, then you're doing something. You know what I'm saying? Then you're doing something, but you ain't got to prove it to nobody else. You ain't got to even mention it. When you got self-confidence and you know what you're doing and you're doing it, you don't have to tell people what you're doing. You just do it. You don't mention it to nobody. How you doing and how you living and what you doing about your living. You don't tell them people nothing. You ain't got to be telling nobody anything. You be confident and faithful, and you know what I mean, what you doing, how you doing it. Because you know you're on the right track. You dig? Yeah, man, when you're on the right track. You don't worry about them people. You don't not worry about them people. You know? You be your best self, living your best life the way you want to live. But like I said, be persistent in whatever you want to do and what you're going after. You know? You be persistent in what you're going after, what you're trying to achieve in life. When you try to get that on the right page. You know what I'm talking about, where you are. You know what I mean? You keeping things together. You know? You keep things together, you know what I'm saying? To an extent to where, you know, you're in control of your life. You know what I'm saying? You might not have as much as the next person. You don't judge that. You be happy within yourself of how you living and how you doing and how you managing yourself and what you're doing. So everybody has measured their happiness on different levels. It's different things that determine make somebody happy. You know what I mean? It's different things that put them on a happiness thing. You know, it's different things that make them, you know, put them on that note. You know what I'm saying? It's different things to do that. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to do is, you have to be one to take care of your business. Be persistent in taking care of your business. You know what I mean? Get right on what you gotta do. Get right on it. Be on it. And take care of business. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You do that. You know what I'm saying? As long as you do that, you can't miss. You know? And you're not gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ain't gonna miss. You're gonna be on the hit list. You know, I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna get that have to be done. Persistence. Get your persistence and make sure you understand me. You dig? No, I'm gonna be on the note. You know, I'm gonna be on the note. You know. Yes. As long as I'm on the note, and I ain't gonna miss. I'm not gonna miss. You understand? I'm not gonna miss because I'm on the winning list. You understand? I'm on the winning list. If I'm on the winning list, I ain't gonna miss. I ain't gonna miss, man. I'm not gonna miss because I'm, like I say, persistency. I'm gonna be persistent. I'm gonna be continuously, man. I'm gonna be on top of it. You know what I mean? It's a habit that I have. It's a habit that I have of doing things. Like I get out every day. I'll be persistent in getting out, getting up, and getting out the house every day and getting out. And getting out, man, and making the best of it. They don't stay in the house, man. I started staying in the house yesterday. And I'm so good at it, I did, because I got so much done. And had so much fun. You know what I mean? Got so much done and had so much fun. You understand? That's how you got to look at it, man. And then, like I said, I got so much done because I took care of my laundry and all that. And then I went, you understand me, after that, I was going to stay in. And then something told me to just, bam, to jump up, to go. And I'm glad I did, because, man, hey, I got things done. I had fun. And you know, like I said, I took care of business, man. I took care of business, you know. And despite of that, what happened, the adversity part, I made an accomplishment by finding that something that was a better deal. So I feel great about that. And I'm going to be on top of my business. You understand me? You know, no, I got that ingrained in myself. I don't have to worry about what the next people do. Or what they do, what they don't, and what they do and don't do, it's not going to upset me. You understand? Because I can't control what they do and how they feel. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's on them. You know, if they miserable and they feeling bad about this or they ain't having no money, that's on them. It ain't gonna get in my way. I'm not gonna let it get in my way. You know, because that's how they live it. That's how they live it. I'm not gonna live that way. I let them live that way. That's how they live. That's not the way I'm living. You understand? I'm staying on the hit list. You see? I'm going to be one to stay on the hit list. You know? Oh, 23, I'm on the hit list now. You see? I'm on the hit list. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, I be persistent in everything I do. I got the habits in the way I live and how I do what I do to look as good as I look. It's a consistency to victory. I got this way. It took time to get to where I'm at now. It took time to get to where I'm at. It took time to be where I'm at and to be who I am, what I am. Because I'm steady growing and growing and going. And when you're steady growing and going and growing and going, you understand me, with persistency and mashing and crashing, you know, to have it to get what the things I want. I'm good, whatever I want that I don't have, I will get if I want it. You understand? There's only certain things I want. You know what I mean? It's a lot of that. You know, like a car, man. You know what I mean? I'm not tripping off a car. My woman got a car, so I get things to what I want to benefit me, not to benefit the next person. No, they say that because they want me to compete with them to be on that note like I was before. You know, and I'm not like that. It's like this guy out of months, he gonna call. Out of months when we was trying to call him, out of months now, this man gonna call. Like I'm gonna jump out my way to try to see what's on his mind. Man, I ain't got time for that. You know, I ain't got time for that. I don't know what's on his mind. I don't know what got him going on. I don't know what's messing his mind up. What got him tripping away, tripping. But I'm not falling into that trap. You know what I'm saying? I'm not letting nobody, infiltrate my happiness. They're not going to infiltrate my happiness with whatever they're coming up with, like they worried about these other people. You know that man's a fool. You know that man's crazy. You know how that man is. Don't let him worry. Don't let him interfere with you. Check him and get away from him. You know what I'm talking about? That's how you do that. Check him and get away, because the man ain't got good sense. The man ain't got no principles, morals, and no standards. He's all out the box. He's going in all kind of different ways. People like that, you gotta be blessed when they're out of your life and feel good and say, hey man, I'm doing what's right. Think to yourself that you are doing what's right. You know what I'm saying? I do what I want to do for me. I don't do it because other people doing it. Because, oh man, them people doing this or they, man, I don't care. When they start doing it, and I've been doing it, then I stop doing it, because I'm not trying to be in the race. I'm not trying to be in the race with them. I stopped doing it because I did it before they was doing it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not trying to compete because they trying to make money or they trying to manage shit. You ain't going to have me stressing. I'm not going to let nothing infiltrate my happiness. I'm not going to be trying to do something to keep up with somebody else and be doing. I'm going to be persistent on what I do and what I've been doing, what I'm doing, what I'm racing for my happiness. I'm racing the victory to my happiness, you understand? That's all I'm doing. I'm racing to get to the top of my happiness. To get where I want to be at, you understand? That's what I'm doing. And I've been doing it, I'm going to keep doing it. And like when I was in Vegas, I had it my way. I was up there in Vegas, man, for 4 years. And I was living good. I wasn't drinking or doing nothing, you understand me? What I did do, I know how to use moderation, and I was consistent, and I stayed to myself. And like I said, the broad I had when I dropped that broad, because the broad wasn't trying to be right. I tried to five, man. I had the broad, I got her a Fox coat, I had the broad on hit list. And the broad couldn't be on that level. See, that's why I find out certain broads ain't going to be on that level. They don't know how to be on that level. They're going to be mediocre. They're going to be, on that level, and you can't get them off of it. And if they're messing with drugs and drinking and all that kind of stuff, you really ain't got no business messing with them. You got to let them go. You got to let them go, man, because they ain't going to be right. They ain't not going to be right. So they ain't going to be right. But I was with it. And that cat, they didn't have no control. Shit, man, I had thousands then. I had thousands then. Shit, man, went to the Lord, man. I had thousands then. Then when I spent the money, a lot of it, and then I still have some now. I'm bankrolled. I moved to the other spot. Man, I did that because I was pop. I was pop, man. I was on the hit list, man. You understand me? And them cats I knew, man, that was over there up there in Vegas when they was at the bus house, and I was like, man, I let them cats know I lived at. I let them cats go to my spot or nothing, man. I didn't fool with them, man. Because they wasn't trying to do that right. They was not trying to do that right. You know what I'm talking about? So you gotta just leave them people alone. Stay away from all that negativity, all that altogether. Because they wasn't trying to do nothing. They was on the wrong page. Yeah, but he was messing with them cats, man. He still was fooling with all of them. He was fooling with them low lives and them cats, man. And that's why, he wasn't able to win. You can't win with all that negative energy and the brawls he was fooling with, they wasn't nothing. You know what I'm talking about? They wasn't nothing, man. I mean, you trying to be a giant, you trying to be big with somebody that ain't the right one. They not for you. They ain't trying to be for you. They ain't trying to win with you. They gotta try to win with you. They gotta let you lead them to victory, but then you can't lead them if you can't lead yourself. And you gotta have persistence to get you to victory. You gotta be persistent to get you to the winning. You gotta have that persistency, you understand me, to get you to victory. You got to be persistent. Damn, I'm already, I'm on the hit list. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to close this show, you understand me, because International Red Fasting Experience. It's coming to an end. And persistence will get you the victory. Persistency will get you the victory. Believe that. Persistency. Remember, persistency will get you the victory. Remember that. Persistency.